What is up, wrestling fans? Tony Mango here, welcoming you to another edition of the Internet Wrestling Community Outreach portion of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast for the week. We're going to start things off the way that we normally do with the Smark My Words, which is my favorite comment of the week submitted by you guys. And the winner this time around is Silent Wind of Doom, for a comment that he put up on our live chat that we had going on for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. When Kalisto came out and he was attacked by Dolph Ziggler, he brought up the point, here he comes, and here he goes from barely being able to walk upright to flipping against the ropes for a roundhouse kick. That's the type of stuff that I don't like either, man. It bugs me that they can have him get really shittily beaten down. Yes, shittily. And then he tries to sell it like he was attacked by a goddamn Yeti or something. And then at the 2 minutes after that, he's flipping around doing unnecessary kind of stuff and all that. And I just liked that Silent Wind of Doom pointed that out, because I was thinking the exact same thing when I was watching it. So big thanks to Silent Wind of Doom for that, and everybody else who left comments all over the place on YouTube, Twitter, the Facebook page, and so on and so forth, including our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/themegamaniacs, and that's where we do those live chats during the pay-per-views, as well as Monday Night Raw, 205 Live, SmackDown, not NXT, although maybe we should start doing that. I don't really know. Kind of depends on if you guys want to do that. If you guys are going to show up for it, then maybe I'll put up a thing every time it comes up. But we usually do things throughout the week, and we usually have a lot of other things as well. So if you are interested in joining that group, go ahead, sign up, and we'd love to have you. We're going to be taking care of the February mailbag special at the end of the week, so submit your questions as soon as possible for that to get them under the wire. And if you don't know how to do that, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is either tweet at SmarkOutMoment with the hashtag mailbag, or even better, leaving an email through the contact form of the website is the easiest way for me to keep track of everything. And whether it's a wrestling-related question or something completely out of the realm of wrestling, if you want to pick our brains about it, send it our way, and we'll try to answer it. And if you're not able to get it in on time for the February one, just submit it anyway, and I'll backlog it, and when we start doing the March one, then we'll, kind of go through everything, and we'll answer it then. If you're looking to help support the growth of Smark Out Moment, there's a couple different things that you should be aware of. One is for the monetary donations. There's 3 different ways that you can do that. Patreon, the YouTube fan funding module, and our PayPal, which is at the bottom of smarkoutmoment.com. You can also buy some t-shirts, mugs, other merchandise like iPhone cases and notebooks for some reason over at our Redbubble and our TeePublic shops. We have 2 extra TeePublic shops, one for Fanboys Anonymous and one just that's called A Mango Tees for some random ass things. You can also help spread the word about the website in a couple different ways, such as the Sign Me Up initiative, and for that, all you got to do is take a sign that says Smark Out Moment to a wrestling show and take a picture of yourself holding it up and send it my way. It's just basically a way to sort of, be like a community builder, something that doesn't really do all that much in the grand scheme of things, but it lets some people know that you're out there, and maybe you get on camera, and maybe it helps a little bit, I don't really know, but it's just one thing that's a little bit more on the fun side. But the most important thing out of all of that is to help us grow our social media presence by doing things like liking and sharing our posts on Facebook, retweeting and following us on Twitter, giving the YouTube videos a thumbs up, subscribing, obviously, if you haven't done that already, and hitting that little icon that is shaped like a bell to get the notifications of when we post things. Leaving your comments on the YouTube page to keep the discussion going always helps out. And if you want to share the website's articles or the videos or pretty much anything else, post them on Reddit, post them on message boards, or anywhere else on the internet. And as long as you guys are trying to get our name out there, everything is greatly appreciated because it all helps out quite a bit. Obviously, the same thing applies to fanboysanonymous.com, my spot for movie reviews and other nerdy things like that. So if you want to geek out with me on that kind of stuff, head on over to fanboysanonymous.com, follow the Facebook and Twitter accounts, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and all the same basic stuff that you just heard me talk about. And that brings us to the major topic of the video, the wrestling trivia question of the week, otherwise known as the Ask Him. Last week's question was about the Elimination Chamber. Who was the first man eliminated in an Elimination Chamber match, and who was responsible for eliminating him? The answer to that was Booker T eliminated Rob Van Dam at Survivor Series 2002. That was the first Elimination Chamber match, won by Triple H. So who said what in the responses here on the YouTube page? The Dominator 39R gets half the equation correct by saying that RVD was eliminated by Triple H. Peter Piccinini guesses the same. Solid Wood Doom says, I'm going to say The Miz pinned Booker T. Half the equation correct on that one. Fuck Lanny Poffo, fuck David Otunga, fuck Tom Brady. Actually, fuck the Pats. Actually, fuck everyone north and east of Connecticut. That's a big addition to the Fuck That Guy Club. Man, a whole section of the country is getting fucked over this time. Christopher Marin gets it correct. Booker T eliminated RVD. And Bobby Lesnar G86 also gets it correct. RVD by Booker T. So, question for this week, everybody. Since we just announced that Rosa Mendes has left the company, finally, I figured why not take advantage of that. We're never going to have another question that's related to Rosa Mendes in the future. So, this is what's sad about it. Your question for number 272. When was the last time Rosa Mendes was on the winning side of either a TV or pay-per-view match? I know you're not going to know the house show equivalents of stuff. I certainly didn't know any of this information before I looked it up. And I'm positive nobody's going to know who she was involved with fighting in the match and all that other kind of stuff. But the more information that you get correct, the more nothing that you win. Just in general, though, when do you think the last time she won a match? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that she took the pinfall, or got the pinfall, not took the pinfall. She took plenty of pinfalls in her career. But it's been a while, I'll say that. I mean, she hasn't even been a part of the company on like a wrestling capacity for what? Oh, I don't even really know. So, I don't know. It's up to you guys to take a guess. And if you want to leave a comment below with either a flat out guess or you actually think you know the answer, or you want to just toss something else out there, maybe you want to say fuck you to half the other country members that we have out here in the United States. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, leave your comments below. And that's going to do us in for this week's edition of the IWC Outreach. So I want to thank you all for listening, and I want to remind you that coming up later on this week, we're going to be doing our mailbag for February. So that's the next thing that's going to be coming your way. If you have that subscription, either with the Facebook and Twitter or the website's RSS feed, or you've got that little bell icon, well, then you'll be good to go. But for now, this has been another Smark Out moment, and I'm being counted out.